Hi guys, welcome. Okay. Let me just move this. Sit back. Oh my goodness. All right. So I am going to pull this up on this other phone here. All right. Oh, look at that. Sometimes it works so easy. Other times forget it. Okay. First one, Malika, what's coming towards me? Choices. You got choices coming in. So you have air signs around you that you're going to have choices with. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You're also going to be laying down the law, setting up some serious boundaries and not taking any more bullshit from people. A little bit of financial stability comes in along with stepping out of your comfort zone or stepping out of your box, trying something new, trying something different, brings in, may take your life in a different direction. Cade, will Gabriel message me tomorrow morning? I think he will. I think he will. I'm pretty confident. Sue, will I go to Minnesota for school? Yeah, I think you will. Afia, general. Okay, so you got a couple of things going on. You're like about to embark on a huge personal transformation. It's like all of a sudden your whole life is going to get unstuck and like things are going to start to change on a personal level. You got money coming in, you have feeling well respected coming in. You have an awakening with your intuition happening. The moon card and the high priestess suggest that. Plus, some financial stability comes in that brings great happiness with the sun. So there's a lot going on for you, like in a short period of time. But it's good. It's good stuff. Ashley, how does Joe feel after our phone conversation? Like he made it to the top of the mountain. He can breathe a sigh of relief. It feels like he may be coming in with an offer that you can't refuse. So I think that this conversation went well. The sun card is here. He's feeling happy. He's feeling like he's got a little bit more personal power, balanced, compassionate, sincere. I think it was good. P-Love, love. Indecision comes in around love. You got some indecision. There may be a water sign around you, Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. And then you also have a great transformation coming in around love and an offer coming in that you can't refuse. But I think that the personal transformation is a big deal. Like it's, oh, excuse me, it's like going through something that not bad, it's a good thing, but it takes you to a place where like you're totally different. Like obviously you're transforming, but like it's like you go through a personal transformation that takes you to a place you've never been before, and there's no turning back. You know, it's like once you see something, you can't unsee it. It's that kind of thing. It's like an awakening part of your intuition that once it's awake, you're awake. And like your intuition is like transformed. I don't know. Separate from the love question that you asked, but that's what it came up. Phantom Punk, love. Phantom Punk, love. And get celebration around love coming in. If you're not with anyone right now, you've got two choices. You've got a Capricorn coming in. You also have fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Celebration after love comes after you lay an old betrayal to rest and you're no longer holding yourself back. Celebration comes in, and it's your choice who you end up with. After you meet this person, your whole life starts to fall back into balance. Not because of the person, but just because it's like, sometimes it's like a timing thing. It's like around the time you meet this person, other things start to fall into place. It's just a timing thing. RZ, what are Timur's intentions towards me? Money? Is Timur interested in money? Oh, I get 3 aces for that one. I would just be careful because you could be onto something there. 3 aces that's 99% chance, yes, he's after money. Kira, what's next for my relationship with Leroy? It looks like for a while things are gonna, you guys are gonna work on slow and steady, just trying to keep things like on the right track. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain comes in. A little bit like you may be holding yourself back, but I think you're steering clear on arguing, which is a good thing, and finding balance. I think that's what's next. And I think it's going to be over a long period of time. Kira, general. Okay, through perseverance and putting a past heartbreak in the past, you may feel a little bit slow and stagnant, but then the sun comes out, things start to move forward. The sun is like, it's like guaranteed happiness. You have passion around you, you have a spiritual connection, and you have a new either a new job offering, a new business, or a new way to make money coming in. So money should be falling into place. Feeling spiritually connected should be falling into place, and overall happiness, which is the most important, coming up. RZ, what's coming in for love for me and a ways? Please, an Aquarius. Somebody's got a third party here. 3 of Cups in reverse. There's a third party around one of you, and there may be a secret that gets revealed around it. But overall, if you guys are seeing each other, there could be an adventurous encounter. There could be some happiness, and there could be him taking charge. But there is a third party here. There's somebody else around. Adriana. Is it all over with him? What's to come? Okay. Is it totally over with him? No, it's not totally over. Let's see what happens. It looks like communication may be coming in, and things can change around this situation overnight if you hang in there. I would expect to hear from him at some point. Like, there should be communication coming in soon, or relatively soon. Anna, does he want a new beginning with me now? He's going to want a new beginning. Yeah, he's going to want a new beginning. Elizabeth, love. Shows that you have a lot of choices, or you will be having a lot of choices when it comes to love. You may be feeling worried, or there may be a tower moment around you that may be giving you anxiety or keeping you up worried, but there's a big transformation coming in. So people around you, you have a Cancer here. You also have a Libra. It looks like there's an adventurous fire sign here that it may be already around you and you might not be seeing him. Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. And this may be someone who's in your everyday life or that you know of in passing, and he just hasn't stepped up to the plate yet. So you might not be realizing that he's even like an option. But I think that moving forward, you're going to have some choices, which is good. It's always good to have choices, because the more energy that's around you, the more energy that'll come in. It's a good thing. Adriana, in what way is it going to change? Well, things could get a little bit more passionate, and things could move forward quickly. You guys may have a spiritual connection. You're leaving the past in the past, like past regret, past hurt, and moving forward. Spending time together or communicating more. It may just take the relationship in a different direction, or a situation, whatever it is that's going on. Kira, how does Leroy feel about me? He thinks that you're smart, attractive, strong, nurturing, that you're positive. You have a positive attitude. Sometimes you can be argumentative, but overall you're pretty happy. If he feels that you have a lot of choices around you and you don't always explore all your options, he thinks that you two are brought together for a greater purpose, and he is not holding himself back. He may start telling you some of these things coming up. Anna, will I hear good news from Jay soon this month? I don't think it's going to be this month because you got the Hangman here, which is a slowdown. But you are going to get good news. It may not be, though. I don't think it's going to be this month. Lady, general reading for the year for Sonia. Oh, that was very nice, lady. Thank you. Aw. Okay, general reading for the year for Sonia. Okay, so Sonia, you got a lot happening here. Life changes quickly for you, and you've got the strength to deal with it. There could be some arguments and a little bit of heartbreak around, and even a little bit of regret. But once you move past that, you feel prepared. There's an offer in front of you that you're not seeing. It could be an offer of love. It could be a job offer, but there's some kind of an offer in front of you that you're not seeing. You also have lots of choices to make. It looks like walking away from something that doesn't work for you or that hasn't been working for you leads you to happiness before the end of the year. 10 of Cups is like all 10 cups being full. Your whole life should be in a better place by the end of this year. Sarah, will I get my degree on time the end of 2020? Yeah, I think you will. I think so. Danny, my singing group recorded today. Will it be viewed well? Will I hear any negative comments? I think that overall it's going to be viewed very well. There's always going to be negative. You can't get rid of negative people. Like someone's always going to have something to say. But I think overall it's going to be fine. Danny, what were Isaac's thoughts or feelings of me today? He thinks that you are passionate, fun, caring, kind, happy, nurturing, and what's the word I'm looking for? Straightforward. Like straightforward or authoritative figure. Authority figure. You know what you want or you know how to get it. Alicia, what changes will Justin make with me? Well, he's not going to be holding himself back, and that's going to be a good thing and a bad thing. It looks like there may be a secret of some type that comes out. So he may tell you something that like is an old secret of his or some kind of nonsense. It does look like him not holding himself back could lead to some bickering and some fighting and maybe some arguments. But at the end of the day, it also leads to success. So I think he's going to, overall, he's going to be learning how to communicate. Maybe that's what the secret is. He may confide in you in something, tell you something that few people know. And he may start to open up a little bit more. It might cause some arguments, but overall, it's going to be a good thing. New chapter. How does George feel about the question I asked? Knocked out of balance, weighed down and burdened. But he feels very connected to you. So whatever you asked, it's taking you to the top of the mountain. The end result should be a good thing, no matter how it makes him feel. PY. Why is Anis acting weird? Does he want distance? No, it's not showing that he wants distance. It's showing that he's feeling argumentative and unstable. But it's not showing that he's specifically looking for distance. New chapter. What is George's current energy towards me? It's adventure. There's like a level of adventure, that energy that feels around you. And abundance. Adventure, abundance, and luck. Not a bad thing. K-Star 36, love. You're going to feel like you have the world at your feet. Moving forward, you're not holding yourself back. You're not free of arguments. There's arguments here, but you get a wish around love with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. And success around love with a water sign. Nicole, love reading for the next 2 weeks. Looks like you're walking away from things that no longer serve you. Use your intuition, and then life starts to move forward quickly. Moving forward, there's someone in front of you who's coming in with an offering of love that you're not seeing. They may be a very creative person, or they could be a Pisces. Then there's somebody else that could be coming in out of the blue when you least expect it. That may be a Cancer that's very life transforming. You got good karma on your side. You got good karma coming on your side over the next couple of weeks. Kira, what can I expect for the next week? Well, it looks like you're coming to a crossroads here, or you're going to be put in, you're going to, the divine intervention steps in. So you can either be at the right place or the right time, or you may come to a crossroads where you have to make a decision between making a right and making a left. Either way, it takes you to the top of the mountain. Moving forward, you got some good stuff happening with money. Money coming in. The Five of Pentacles in reverse is either being less worried about money, or it could be something like paying off a bill, or making a final payment and feeling relief around that. You also have spiritual practice coming in. It could be something new that you're studying, like it could be something that you're studying, or it could be something physical like yoga, but whatever it is, it would have a spiritual kind of, I mean, it could be a straight up religion if you're a religious person. Otherwise, it could be some kind of a spiritual practice. I mean, it could even be like studying crystals, or, you know, stuff like that. It could be just about anything when the Hierophant shows up. PY, Annis's feelings for me, and what does he want romantically for the future? He's got no idea what he wants. He's got no idea what he wants. It's like sometimes he's in contemplation, he can't get out of his own way. And then he feels like hurt and betrayed from the past that resurfaces. And then it looks like he wants to move forward, but he never actually gets there because the Nine of Wands is in reverse, which means he always falls short. He's always feeling like he's got an uphill battle. His feelings for you also fluctuate back and forth. Sometimes he feels really connected to you. Sometimes he kind of backs up. I think there's somebody else around him. There's a third party here. And there may be heartbreak that comes in around this situation somewhere, along with, or in addition to, some fun, adventurous times. So this may be one hell of a roller coaster for you, up and down. Kira, is my little cousin ZR okay? How is she feeling? Okay. Is ZR okay? Get a 70% chance she's okay. The devil is here. So the devil would be some type of earthly pleasure. So if she's a really little kid, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but let's just say that she's like a kid, like somebody that's under 10. This could be wanting to do something that's not good for her. Like, I don't know, say a little kid that's got celiac disease and they're eating the wrong foods, or or diabetes and they're trying to eat the wrong things. If she's older than that, this could be, like say a teenager, it could be indulging in, I mean, it could be experimenting with alcohol and that kind of stuff, but it also could be relationships with the guys. I mean, it could be sex. It doesn't have to be. It could just be crushes and things like that, but it would be something that she would spend a lot of time thinking about and trying to cultivate. Overall, I think she's okay. The devil is always, it also could be jealousy, but not when you're asking how someone's, well, she could be feeling jealous of someone. Usually when the devil shows up, it's more of like earthly pleasures or things that we want to participate in that are no good for us. And sometimes, especially if you're dealing with a child who has some kind of dietary restriction or something like that, it can be really difficult because they don't understand. Or there's another situation too, that this came up once with someone that I was reading, where the kid was overweight, and it wasn't that, like, they didn't want to make it about the kid's weight, so they wanted to try to make it about the kid's health. You can't lie to kids because kids know, but they were looking for a way to, convince the kid to pay attention to what she was eating, rather than, say, hey, you're overweight, you need to lose weight. And that was the devil in that situation. But anyway, I think it worked out. I think the kids started to, and then also as kids grow up, they start to get it, Anyway, New chapter. What does he see in me that he doesn't see in her? You can't compare one person to the other, because people aren't attracted to a thing that they can put their finger on. You know, it's not like I'm attracted to her because she's ambitious, or I'm attracted to her because, you know, she's tall. It's it's not one thing. You know, you can't compare people because the situations are different. A lot of times I see people that are, they're only attracted to the person because like the person is feeding a need in them. Like, for example, a woman wants to get married, right? All of her friends are getting married. This is so common. Like, they hit a certain age and all of a sudden they need to be married. They don't care who it is. They're attracted to the person that will marry them. They don't care about him. And I've even seen situations where after the wedding, the girl is like, I want to get the fuck out of this. You know, yeah, I've seen it happen a couple of times. Like, why did I do that? And it was like, then they realized, oh shit, I did it because it was more about having a wedding than it was actually being with that guy. So, I can't really tell you what he sees in you that he doesn't see in her. I can look at the situation, but well, it looks like she can be a little bit demanding and doesn't give him enough choices. Like, he feels like he's got no choices. Maybe she's domineering, and he thinks that you're a little bit more laid back. She comes off too a little bit boring. Like, she just doesn't have a lot of passion in her. Like, she's just kind of like blah, kind of. I don't know. Like, she's a little bit blah and a little bit, I don't know, cookie cutter, kind of. Like a dime a dozen. She's also indecisive, unprepared. And she's very easy to give in. Like, almost like she doesn't come off as having a very strong personality, let's put it that way. And I think that maybe sometimes he may feel like, you know, like a, like she's like a stuffed animal. I don't know. She just comes off as not a very strong personality. But, you know, it's hard to put your finger on exactly what the difference is. Julie, will I pass the NCLEX RN exam on the first try later this year? I think you will. I only got one ace, but the Hermit card is here, which is the Virgo card, which is medicine. So yeah, I think that you'll be all right. Jelena, how does A feel about me? How does A feel about me? Thinks that you're intuitive, attractive, loving, kind, intelligent. You made it to the top of the mountain, you can breathe a sigh of relief. That would be like successful, a go-getter, that kind of thing. Smart and attractive comes up again. PY, clarification, heartbreaking, PY, I don't understand what your question is. If you could just rephrase that question. Liz, what do my spirits have? What do my spirits have for me? All right. Did you get my email? It's like hours it's taking to load. I don't know if it's my phone or if it's YouTube. I have a funny feeling it has something to do with YouTube, because one of my friends told me that my videos aren't, well, like last week or the week before, he said that the videos weren't posting until the next day. But that was on his end. On my end, they were posted and up. And when I asked another one of my friends to check, he saw that they were up. So I think it's a YouTube thing. But either way, it's taking me a long time to post that video. So as soon as it posts, I'll send it to you. Six of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off a debt. Page of Air, challenging information, delays, or change in plans, the truth delivered without tact. Six of Air, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. Kira, is my little cousin Zaire feeling suicidal? The Devil card. The Devil card could be some kind of a demon. All right, let's see. You know what? I'm going to go with yes, because you got two aces, and I don't like to play around with things like that, and the Devil card showed up before. So if you're feeling it, I think that you should definitely confront it, because you're pretty intuitive. And I think if you're sensing it, you're onto something. Plus, the Devil card showed up in the last one when we asked about her. So I would definitely reach out and see what you can do, because especially if this is someone in the teenage years, we know the teenage years can be murder and very difficult to get through. So I would reach out, definitely. Not take any chances. New chapter. What can I expect from George next? He's got choices around him he's got to make, and he's full of regret, and he's got his own demons, but he's strong, and I think he's going to be making some serious decisions moving forward. He may screw up a little bit and turn back because the Eight of Wands is in reverse, but I think overall he's going to do what he can to get his life in order. I don't think he's real happy with the way things are right now. I think that happiness, 10 cups, that's what he wants. And he's not feeling that in his life right now. So he's going to try to get his act together. It's not going to be easy for him. He's going to have ups and downs. But I think he's going to try to do the right thing. I think he's going to try to do the right thing. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here, because it looks like he's trying really hard. He knows he's got choices. He knows he's got decisions he's got to make. And he knows that he can't go on like this. Shay. When will I get a new job? You didn't get an email? Well, basically, all the email said was, and the video, I'm having a hard time loading the video. So as soon as the video loads, I did your reading at like before I went live the last time, and it's been loading. It says waiting. But last night I had to do a video for somebody. I did a spell for somebody, and the video was a minute long, and I couldn't get it to post. It posted this morning, and I sent it this morning. But I did the video yesterday afternoon. So if you don't get an email from me tonight, it's because the video hasn't posted. And I'll send it when it posts in the morning. Or hopefully it posts at some point. You should get a new job. It could be in 7 weeks from now. There's a 7 around it. I don't think it's going to be the month of July. I think it's going to be before then. But I don't think it's as soon as 7 days. I'm going with 7 weeks. Kara, general reading. So you've got a relationship around you right now that's, this is usually a work relationship that's built on solid ground with deep roots. It doesn't have to be, but because it's Pentacles, it usually is. And this would be a good thing right now, because I would say to you that you could be feeling very secure at your job. If that doesn't work for you and you're like, I don't have a job, then this would be a deep relationship that's built on solid ground on a personal level. Moving forward, you are going to have some decisions and choices that you have to make, but feeling like the world is at your feet. If you're not with anyone right now, you have a Libra that comes in. You also have balance and good karma on your side. Your life, you may be feeling right now, is at a standstill, but don't we all feel like that right now? Like we can't do anything. You can't even go to the mall. But moving forward, you're going to be at the right place at the right time. Divine intervention is stepping in, and you have some hard work ahead of you. This could either be starting a new job, starting a new skill, studying something new, taking a course, but whatever it is, it's working hard, putting in a lot of effort that will pay off down the road, and feeling very well prepared. It also looks like moving forward, you got some good money coming in, so that's a plus. A PY. The previous reading said there's a heartbreak around the situation. I'm wondering if the heartbreak is between me and Anis, or Anis and the third party. I think the heartbreak comes up around you, and I think that you walk away from this situation. Yeah. And I think that you may be feeling some regret too around the situation, because I don't think you get what you want from it. I think that's what happens, and then you kind of throw in the towel and walk away. Did that one, new chapter. Will he do the right thing by me, or will he end things with me? You know what this shows, and I hate this? It shows that the decision is yours. He tries to do the right thing, but it's up to you whether or not you accept it. And I hate that, because I was saying this in the last live. A lot of times I've been told it's going to be your decision, like whatever situation I was in. And while the person was right, it always was my decision. It wasn't like I, in my head, had it in my, like I had the idea in my head that, like, the guy who I was hoping to be with was here, and then like Prince Charming was here, and I was like, my choice was between Prince Charming and the jackass that never did the right thing by me, and I was going to choose him and tell this guy to go fly a kite. But it never worked out like that. Like, when it was my choice to end things, I wasn't ending them because I was moving on to something better. I was ending them because I couldn't stand being hurt anymore, and I had had enough. And it was like, I was, it was like, it reminds me, stupid, but when I was learning how to play the guitar, this is so cliche, but my fingers used to bleed from the strings, right? But after a while, you get calluses on the tips of your fingers, and it doesn't hurt anymore. Well, that's how I think I was getting, like, with this one guy in particular. After a while, it didn't hurt anymore, and I didn't care. So when I walked away, I don't really feel like I walked away for something better. I think I walked away because I was just calloused enough. So I hate when I say that to other people, because my fear is that I don't want that to happen. Like, I would rather see you walk away because something really great is going on for you. But I don't want you to think that the something great has to happen before you walk away. You see what I'm saying? I think that the choice is going to be yours at the end of the day. And I don't want to make it sound like it's more glittery and glamorous than it is, you know, because it may not be. I hope I explained that right. Lady, how does God feel about me being spiritual or magical? All right, let's ask the spirit cards about that. First card that falls out is the Hermit, Archangel Raziel. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teachings, and self-discovery. Next card, Seven of Water, a complex decision, the need to do research. Last card, King of Fire, focus, 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 communicate with visions, and be a leader. I think you're on the right path, or I think that you're okay. The only time that I ever feel like experimenting or exploring different things is bad is if it were to hurt somebody. But if you're just, you know, on your own path and you're doing different things and you're not hurting anyone, do what you wish. Jaylena, any of my students have a crush on me? I'm suspecting. Probably. Definitely. You got water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, and you probably have a fire sign too, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. PY. In the long run, does both mine and Anna's spirit guide, angels, and ancestors want me to continue manifesting long-term relationship, marriage with Annis? I don't believe that ancestors and guides have control over that. I don't think that they can keep you together or pull you apart. I think it's your decision. I don't think that they want anything. And I don't think that they're in control of it. I don't think that it's not what they want, it's what you want. You know, they're just there to guide you. I think that there's a lot of heartbreak around this situation. It comes up again. And also feeling weighed down and burdened. And feeling like stabbed in the back and betrayed. At this point, no, I don't think that I don't think manifesting long term, wanting to manifest something long term is what you want, not what your ancestors want, or not what spirits want. Like, they can guide you, or they can, but they don't want you to be with somebody who's not giving you what you want. And I feel like it's hard to use both. It's either you believe that you're manifesting something, which means that you're in control of it and it has nothing to do with anybody else's ancestors, or you believe that there's divine intervention coming in. But it's really hard to believe both. And that's why, like, so many people struggle with the law of attraction versus tarot card readings, because if you're in control of your own destiny, then why have a tarot card read? Well, I think, number one, because it tells you what kind of track you're on. And number two, there is, like you can figure out what it is that you want. Like there are a lot of people that are trying to force something that's not working. And you know, and or like they'll be like, well, is this a sign? Is that a sign? Is the next thing a sign? No, I don't believe that everything is a sign. And I believe a lot of people are holding on to situations and relationships that are not working, and they're trying to believe. Like that's where I think that law of attraction can be a little bit misleading, because if I convince myself that you want to be with me, then you're going to be with me. I have a hard time believing that if you believe it, it's going to happen. And I also don't think that spirits in the spirit world want you to manipulate somebody else's energy. You see what I'm saying? Like when things aren't working, they're not working. And I mean, it's something that you have to decide for yourself. But we did 3 readings where the heartbreak card came out. So if the heartbreak card keeps coming out, I can't tell you that your spirits want you to be together. And and for me personally, I don't believe that the spirits want things for somebody. I think they're there for God, to be guides. And I think they're there for support or protection. But I don't think it's up to them what they want. I think it's up to what you want, and what you're willing to put up with, and what you want to put into it. Some relationships are a lot easier than others. Some are more difficult. It's up to you to decide what you want and what's going to work for you. Julie, is my brother safe from the C virus while incarcerated? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I would think, because somebody would have to bring it in. Well, I guess the people that work there could bring it in. All right, let's see what the cards say. I'm going to say yes because the sun showed up. So the yes would be, the sun would be positive that he would be safe. I would think, because it's a government institution, they would be very precautious. They would take a lot of precautions, you know, and they would have access to things that maybe the rest of us can't, you know, like bleach and sanitizer and stuff like that, which I can't get a roll of toilet paper. I had to take some from my brother's house because you can't get it around here. You know, order now, and it's like, okay, your order went through, and then I get a confirmation it's coming May 22nd. And I'm like, really, what am I going to do between now and May 22nd? I have enough baby wipes if I need. I'll make do. But you can't even get a roll of fucking toilet paper. It's crazy. I think Julie was the last one. Okay, I'm going back up to the top. Gracie, how does James emotionally feel about me? Happiness. First card that comes up is happiness. That's really good. Happiness, stability, like a good connection, and that this relationship can transform into more. Casey, will me and my family continue to be okay throughout Corona? I think you're going to be okay. You have good karma. Got good karma on your side. I gotta tell you though, I'm not a germaphobe at all, and I'm getting freaked out by this, and I'm wondering how it's going to be when we do go back to regular. Like, is everybody going to be like super like sanitizing everything? I don't know. I don't. It's starting to grate on me, so I can only imagine like my friends that I have that are germaphobes. I can't imagine how they're even still alive right now. Um, I'm going back up to the top. Hang on. Vicky, does Richard still have feelings for me, or is it done and over? Okay. I think he still has feelings. I do. I think he still has feelings. Um, Nana, what was the secret the Leo was hiding from me? What was the secret? It has to do about an indecision or a decision about money that could have been a real disaster for him. And maybe that's what he doesn't want you to know. It's a disaster around money, a decision he made around money that was a disaster. It could have been a bad business deal. Rising, how does DC feel about the message I sent today? Happy. Like things should start to move forward. Like the world is at his feet. And a little bit magical. Whatever it was good. It was good, or it will be good. Even if it's not good right away. It may take, sometimes it takes time. Or they don't realize it until later on. But overall, it should be positive, whatever it is that you said. Um, what happened to the rapper China? I don't know who that is. Or I can't think of off the top of my head, but I didn't hear anything. Her name is China? I don't think I know her. I don't know what happened to her either, but FAFC, love reading. Love reading. FAFC. You have celebration coming in around love, and you have happiness, but after you walk away from something that no longer serves you. You make a decision to walk away from something that no longer serves you, brings you to the top of the mountain, where you no longer feel stuck. There's a Sagittarius around you if you're not with anyone right now. If you are with someone right now, your current relationship can become a little bit more stable, and it could become a little bit more passionate. Uh, Jay, I work in a public place. Will I be safe from COVID? I think you will be safe, but I'm wondering if you work around medicine or in the medical field because the Virgo card is here. And uh, it also, and the other reason why I think you're going to be safe, but I'm wondering if you're one of those necessary workers, because if not, I'm wondering if you're going to have time off because of this, because Four of Pentacles is in reverse. So if you're one of the people that is mandatory that has to go to work, or one of the people that doesn't have to go to work, either way, it looks like you're going to be okay. I don't know which way it works for you, but either way, I think that you do stay safe. Just make sure you take the proper precautions, because, you know, first they were telling you don't wear a face mask, then they're telling you to wear a face mask, and if you wear gloves, make sure that you change the gloves. I mean, it's really a lot of thinking that you have to do. Like, I guess we don't realize how much stuff can be contaminated from one person to the next. And like I said, I'm not a germaphobe at all, but I'm starting to think about things like when I go to the garbage dump, right? And I have to use the handle to open the door to throw the garbage in. Oh no, now I gotta wash my hands when I go back inside. But make sure that from the time I go to the garbage to my sink that I don't touch anything. I mean, it's crazy. Gabs, what kind, if any, intuitive or spiritual abilities do I have? Okay. Well, you definitely have. We all have it. Everyone has it. Some people are just a little more in tune naturally, and other people need to cultivate it a little bit more, but everyone's got it. So let's see. Your intuition is strong. You got the intuition card here, and then you also have the moon, which kind of echoes that sentiment. I also think that you may start hearing things if you focus on it, or if you, it probably already happens to you, you just don't realize it. So this is what they say. And maybe if you hear somebody say it, like sometimes it makes sense. Not all of our thoughts are our own. Sounds crazy, right? But like, for example, here, this is a good example. I had done a reading for somebody who was a friend of mine that we worked together at one of the studios. And I did the reading, and it was like later at night, and I don't know if she's going to be up late. And I sent it to her through a text message, and I didn't want her phone to go off because it was late at night. So the next day, I forgot that I had to send her the video. It was loaded and everything, and it was there. I just never sent it. And then later on in the day, out of nowhere, I thought to myself, oh shit, I forgot to send the video. So if I were to have called her and asked her, hey, were you thinking about me? Or, you know, like I heard her voice in my head, you know, or like something reminded me of her. It's like she was having a thought at that moment, went out into the universe, and I picked it up. It happens to us all the time. We just don't always take notice of it. Like, I didn't think at that moment, oh, she must be thinking about me. I just remembered to send it. But those thoughts are not all our own. So when you start, you may start to hear things like every once in a while. It doesn't always happen to me, but I'll hear somebody's voice that's passed on. It doesn't always happen to me. My mother sometimes. A lot of times I'll hear my mother, or sometimes I hear my grandmother. But, you know, I always kind of wrote it off like it was nothing, but I started to pay attention to it. Probably a good, maybe 10 years ago. And I'm like, oh, okay, it doesn't happen often, but when it happens, I always listen. Like I've had like my mother yell at me. when I'm driving. Like I'll hear her say, "Watch out." Meanwhile, I'm like, I totally saw the car. But I'll hear her voice say, "Watch out," and stuff like that's going to start happening. Or you can cultivate it if you pay attention to it. Take notice of it, because the more that you're open to it and the more that you're willing to hear these things, the more it's going to happen. And watch the random bizarre thoughts that show up in your head, because they're happening for a reason too. And the more open you are to it, the more it's going to happen. And then there's going to be some days where you're just like, you know what, I wish I could just shut all this off, and I just wish that I could, crawl into a rock and not deal with any of this. But sometimes you can get like where it feels like everything is just random chaos, and you're like, oh, nothing matters, none of it is real, none of it makes any sense. But I think you're going to start to know the difference, and you're going to know, hey, when I'm just having a bad day and when things are really happening. And also in dreams, you may notice in dreams. For me personally, I don't really care so much what happens in the dream, but I always think about the way that the dream made me feel. So if I wake up in the morning and I feel good, I'm like, okay, well, it was a good premonition dream. If I feel bad, like it could be a really great dream, but if I wake up and I feel sour, I take that as something is off, something is sour in whatever was going on in the dream. So anyway, to answer your question, yes, I do think that you have abilities, and I think that you are cultivating them and that they're going to get stronger. Just pay attention to them. Sorry, that was a long explanation. Julie, will my brother get released early from jail due to the C virus? I think so. Look what came up, justice. I think so. I think he gets out early. Bria. Why is my old friend Elijah Cancer coming back around to me, and what does he want? Be careful that he doesn't want some money. I mean, I think it's more than that. I mean, he looks financially unstable. He looks like he's very lackadaisical and doesn't really want to work or take responsibility for himself, because Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. So is the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So I don't know if he's looking for money, but it also looks like he may be looking for, I don't know if it's a place to live or a place to stay. He feels a little upside down. And he doesn't hold back. I think he's going to tell you what he wants. He's not holding himself back. He may tell you exactly what he wants. Just be careful that he's not trying, that he's not going to try to get something out of you. Like he comes off in survival mode. And I'm not going to hold back because I need something. And I'm going to come right out and ask for it. Or make you feel guilty or something. Yeah, be careful. Coco, what is Kay thinking about our situation? I think that she's feeling like she hasn't made it to the top of the mountain. She may want more. Feeling a little bit unbalanced. Feeling a little bit like she wants more victory. I don't know where you guys are right now in your situation, but I think that she may want more coming up. Let me go back up to the top. Georgia Peach, what did RS think about the text I sent responding to him? Overall, like a wish and happiness surrounds this. So I don't know what you said, but whatever was said or whatever was going on is a positive overall feel. Definitely positive. Anna, will America take years to recover from this virus? I mean, the economy and the healing from the lost lives. You know, logically, my brain says that no, yes, like the everything is getting destroyed. Everything is getting destroyed, and it's going to take years to be rebuilt, and people's lives are not going to be the same because it's devastating. But that's what my brain is saying. My intuition is saying something completely different. So that's what I'm going with. What I've been feeling, and this goes back to what I've been saying about the whole thing with this virus, like the severity of it, the how contagious it is, and the economy. What I really feel, and God help me, I hope that I'm right, is that this is going to force people, places, and things to take a look at themselves and redo our own personal lives. The things that aren't resonating with us we're not going to continue. So I'll just talk about myself. I love teaching yoga. I do. I love it. But right now, at this point in my life, with the baby and with what daycare costs and with the location of the studios from my house, it's really not easy for me to continue teaching, not the way that I was. Now, on the weekends, when it's much easier and I have sitters, that's different. But the way that things kind of unfolded, or that will continue to unfold, I don't think that I'm going to be teaching. I already know I'm not teaching the way that I was, because they took away the classes from me that were closest to my house. So I already don't have them. And they did that before, while I was still on maternity leave. Now those just to give you an idea of mileage wise, those classes were 7 miles away from my house. So it was Monday morning, 7 miles to the studio, 7 miles back. Monday night, 7 miles to the studio, 7 miles back. The other classes that I teach for the same company but in different locations are like 20 miles, 25 miles, and 30 miles away. So it's a huge difference. So I think that the way things are happening, like now for me on a personal level, is that I'm not going to be teaching as much as I was, but maybe I'm going to be doing more personal readings and personal things for people on this level, which resonates more with me where I am in my life right now. Whereas last year at this time, I mean, they would call me, like they could call me right now and be like, can you teach class tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.? And I would say yes, and I would do it no matter where the hell it was. I would just, oh yeah, I could do it, no big deal, I'll be there. But things have changed for me. So now I'm like, this is how my life is going in a different direction. And I think that's going to happen for everyone. So how everything is kind of crumbling economically, I feel like this is just being like redone, and that we're all coming back out of it in a better way. And the same thing with like, I don't know much about economics and that kind of stuff, but like, I think that it's going to be on a smaller scale where hopefully we'll all be able to prosper a little bit more, because there's going to be more. Like I've gotten a lot of emails from different companies saying that there's not going to be late fees, and we're 3 months, we'll give you 3 months, and this, that, and the next thing. So I think that we're going to have a little bit of time to rebuild on a personal level, which will then help us rebuild on a larger scale. So while I said, like, I hope I'm explaining this right. Like my head feels like everything is just like going right down the toilet fast. That's logic in my head. My gut is feeling like just ride this out because it's going to be okay. And more important than everything, nobody panic, because we don't all want to collectively put fear out into the universe. What we want to put out into the universe is hope, healing, prosperity, and as shitty as this sounds, the people that have passed on, hoping that they're in a better place and that maybe as we grow spiritually, we'll be able to connect to them more, even though they're not here anymore. They may still be here with us, if you get what I'm saying. So that's where my focus is kind of going. I hope I'm right. And I'm not the only one that's felt this way. Several of my very good friends that are all kind of into the same sort of stuff have said it too. So I think that if we can kind of focus on that, like this is all what's going to be better for everyone. Like, you know how like I always say, like when the universe, if you don't make a decision, the universe makes it for you. Well, the universe just made a huge decision for all of us. What's not working for all of us is getting wiped away like an eraser. And then now you have a chance to start all over. But it's going to be for the greater good for you. And it's also going to be greater good for the universe, like if for the people in the universe. I don't know. I just hope that I'm right, because I'm not panicking over this, and I feel like I should be. Well, not that I should be, but you know what I mean. Kira, does Dijon look at my Facebook page and his thoughts? It looks like he checks in, but he's not obsessive about it. And he doesn't really think much about anything. He just looks like he wants to know what's going on. He doesn't hold himself back. So he may say something to you if you speak to him. He may comment on something. If he's someone from your past, you're definitely hearing from him. 6 of Cups. Someone from your past is coming back. It doesn't look like he puts too much thought into things, but he definitely checks in, and he definitely takes notice, like on purpose. Like he'll go and he'll check it out. Stars, why haven't I tried to do what at home? I'm just wondering. Yoga, why don't I do yoga at home? If, oh, yeah, you know why? I have a couple of yoga videos on my channel that they're not very good, but there's a couple of them. They're not very long, but I mean, you know, my friend has a dance studio and he would record them for me because the iPhone is so small. Like if I were to do yoga in here, like you're only going to get me from one angle. You're not going to get me from different angles. And I don't know that people would be able to, I don't know. I just don't know that it would work. I could try it, but I don't know that it would work. I've tried to do some things, and I feel like I needed him to be able to walk around me as I explain things. But I don't know, maybe I will. We'll see. And I have them up. I have a couple of them up on my channel. What I wanted to do was have like an introduction, a middle part, and then an ending, so that people can put the class together themselves. because watching the same video over and over again gets really boring. I mean, it's better than doing nothing, but whatever. But maybe I will try to make them. We'll see. And then it's always hard because Dylan, like, you put down a yoga mat and forget it, he sits on it. Paola, who's messaged me with a fake account? Do I know them? I don't think you know them. I didn't get any aces. I don't think it's someone you know. Rising, is the Taurus stalking my Twitter or snooping? Probably. I think I'm the only person that never does that. I don't ever snoop anything. Yeah, you got snoopers. Definitely. Stephanie, how is T feeling about me? He feels that you're very intuitive, argumentative, well, a little bit indecisive. He feels that you're prepared. He has a lot of respect for you. He thinks that you're stable, attractive, and kind. Stephanie, does T want me to drop T and move on? I think that's your decision, not anybody else's. I'm going to ask that question, but I think that, like, these things that come up are our decisions. Like, spirits and guides and angels are there to guide you or to support you or protect you, but I think that it's your decision. I'm only getting a 33% chance that they want you to dump, that the spirits want you to dump and move on. But like I said, it's like these things are put in our path so that we can learn and grow and so that we can make decisions. I don't really think it's for them to decide. I think it's our decision. How much we want to put up with and why, because sometimes, and I'm not saying that this is to you, because this is a relatively new situation for you, but sometimes, like, people will, like, they'll give me a whole laundry list of things that the person does to them. Like, oh, we've been together 10 years and he's lied to me and he cheats on me and he does this, and is he ever going to be faithful, and this, that, and the next thing. And then I'm like, but what do you love about him? So why do you still want to be with him? Why do you want to be with somebody that treats you like this? And the lesson really comes down to that it's when that person is ready to say, you know what, it's time for me to move on because I don't want to be treated like this anymore. And I've been in that situation. So I know that I had to finally make a decision on more than one occasion to not be treated like that anymore. And the thing is that they always come back. They always come back at some point, and it's usually when you're really over and done with them. But I'm not saying that's your case right now, because I don't feel that. I'm just saying, like, when you get to that point, Where you're finally like, you know what, I'm through with this, and you finally walk away and you're like, I'm not having it anymore. That's when they show up. It never fails. Gabs, is there anyone spying or stalking me, or perhaps looking after me in ways that I don't know, and who might it be? Okay, let's see. I don't think that there's anyone like that you should be worried about, or that is like following you around in person. I do think that you have people that look at social media or Google, or they try to, look up things, which everyone does that. The thing is that what's funny is that when people ask that question, and you have a number of people that look at your, if you have social media, or they've Googled you. And the funny thing is that a lot of times people come up that we wouldn't even think of. Like, I can tell you right now that you've got an Aquarius that does it. You've got a Capricorn that does it. You have air signs here. Could be another Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra that does it. But sometimes, like, they would be people that are so random that it wouldn't even make any sense. But it's like, because I know, like, I always bring it back to myself, because then it makes sense to me. Like, where I'll think to myself, like, well, I was on Joe Schmo's page, and I went to high school with him, and I haven't seen him since, and we weren't even friends then. But I'm looking at his pictures of, because he's got, I don't know, a cute dog or a fancy car or a nice boat. And so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be looking at him, stalker, but I'm not really stalking him. I'm just, I guess, looking because I'm nosy and something caught my eye. So yeah, you do have a lot of people that look at your stuff. There's nobody here that's like crazy or dangerous, which is a good thing. But yeah, there are stalkers. And there's more than one. But that's what I wanted to do, Mel. I wanted to do them, like, actually one video that I have, I think, just goes over some of the most common positions by name, so that if you watch the video, like, you could at least know the name and the position. Because if you go to like a fast vinyasa class, and you're at, like, even if the class is not an advanced class, the teacher will expect the class to know the names of the postures. And if you're like, well, I don't know what the hell Warrior 2 is, or sometimes people will make a mistake, and like the whole class will be in Warrior 2 and one person's doing Warrior 1. I mean, they catch on. In my class, I'll only correct somebody if they're really doing something totally wrong, or if they don't ever get it. Like, most of the time when someone goes into the wrong posture, it doesn't take them long to realize. But every once in a while, someone doesn't, and I'll go over and I'll be like, no, Warrior 2. And then they get it. But because a lot of people have anxiety, and I can totally appreciate this, is that they're like, I'm not going to know what I'm doing. And a lot of times teachers take for granted, especially in a flow class, it can be very fast. Warrior 1, reverse your warrior, side angle, triangle. And like, the people are looking around and they're like, they don't want to do something wrong because they feel stupid. Meanwhile, you don't feel stupid, just do it. Just follow the people in front of you. But anyway, that's why I wanted to make that video, because I'm like, if you've never done it before and you feel like you're going to be lost in the class, at least you'll have a general idea of what the postures should look like. Watch this video. Shay, when will my weight be healthy again? Healthy weight. Well, it looks like between now and September, you should reach your weight goal. I don't know how much you're looking to lose or how much you want to lose, but between now and September. So that's, oh, well, that's not that long. 5 months. That's not bad. That can be done. Yes, SARS, you can close the super chats. Thanks. Mehack 503. Does the Libra keep thinking about me? 2, 3, 4, 13. Yes. Yep. What if you know, when I like first started doing yoga years ago, the studio that I used to go to, I was only able to make it to a Thursday night class, so it was only once a week. But the studio that I work for now has classes that run like all day long. So you can take a class at 6 in the morning, you can take a class at 7:30 at night. So when you start going like that frequently, your body really changes and adapts to it. And then it's also very different if you do it in the heat. A hot yoga is very different than regular yoga. People that do hot yoga first fall in love with it, and then they find regular yoga to be so boring. I love them both. I like it both ways. Oh, okay, so I made it through the super chats. Okay, so then I will do the moderators, and while I wait for the moderators, I'll go up and I'll continue to get some of these people that I haven't gotten to. Eggshell Lent Ritz. Is it a good idea to give my ex a second chance? That's a good one. It's a 33% chance it's a good idea, but it may be something that you need to visit to shut the door on it completely. And if you feel like you need to do that for yourself, then I would say go for it. You got nothing to lose. Like, if you've already been through it with this person, you could try it one more time and see how you feel. SARS, angel guidance for finances for the month. Seven of Fire, defend your beliefs and your decisions. Stand your ground, but choose your battles wisely. Page of Fire, outgoing, creative, mischievous, confident. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible, practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas Touch. The Midas Touch is good when it comes to finances. Mel, when the Cancer returns, what will he be seeking? You know what? I almost want to say he comes crawling back. He feels burdened. He feels heartbroken. He feels unprepared. He feels like he's been through a war. I would be careful, only because I think that at the point he comes back, things are not completely over with the other person, and he may try to get in a, well, he may not purposely be trying to get in a love triangle, but there still could be somebody around him when he tries to come back. Yeah, he kind of comes back. Like, I don't want to say he comes crawling back, but he comes back like kind of in bad shape, like he's been through it, and I think he may be looking for comfort. Yeah, this guy, you know, it's hard to feel bad because he made his bed, right? Like, he could have been open and honest about everything that was going on. Where did this woman even come from? We don't even know. But he's gonna, yeah, he's not, this isn't gonna end well for him. I'm waiting for Brandy. Shawnee. Does Corey miss me? Or just a little bit? Let's see. Well, some days he misses you more than others, but I think that's just normal with most things. Some days are easier than others, but he does miss you. Brandy, is Deverick married? Is Deverick married? And if so, why is he missing? Let's see. Is Deverick married? I don't think he's married. I'm not convinced that he's married. All right, I think I made it through the moderators, SARS, Brandy, and Mel. Yes, I did. Okay, then I'm going to go. I will see you guys tomorrow. And that's it. Hopefully I can figure out why it's taking so long for the private reads to load. So weird. I hope it's not my phone, because that's going to really upset me. I don't think it is, though. All right, I'm going to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.